Hello and welcome everyone to Tarot Tuesday. It's the perfect day for tacos. It's the perfect day for tarot. So, a lot of you know that I have this attachment to my tarot cards, and I just got a new deck, and I've been bonding with it for about 2 weeks now, and I'm ready to use it. So here we go. So it's my third deck in about 12 years. Yeah, and I love it. It's so smooth and clean and lovely. So today we're going to get into it and do some mini tarot readings for you. So go ahead and chat your question, your one question into the chat box. And then I also wanted to start with some email questions that I already received. And that's always a really good way to make sure that I'm going to get to your readings, because a lot of times when the scroll is happening, I can't keep up. So I don't mean to miss people. I don't mean to pass anybody. That is for sure not my style, but just to be proactive on your end, moving forward in the future, just email me your question or put it in the chat box prior. And my email is charlene@charlenemurphy.com. Easy to find. I'm so Googleable. It's not even funny. So let's go ahead and just get started. It's already noon, high noon. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Tarot Tuesday. All right. So let's start with Kristen. All right. I'm hearing a little bang on there. So Kristen would like, her question is, what would Spirit like me to know about going to Hawaii tomorrow? Okay, so let's look into that. What would Spirit like me to know? Hello, hello. Kuzbu, love your name. Okay, so Kristen, what would Spirit like me to know about Hawaii tomorrow? And when I am connecting with the tarot, there's a few different things going on, just to FYI. I am connecting with the energies around. That means, my energy, my higher self, my guides, the target or my client, Kristen in this instance, tapping into her energy, her guides, and the help that surrounds her. So I'm a big believer in spirit, absolutely 100%. I call them helpers. I call them spirit guides. I don't, for those of you who might, have some superstition around the tarot is such a benign, amazing spiritual tool. I call it Shakespeare in a box. I'm a former English teacher, and this is all about symbolism that relates to the human psyche, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So it's like Carl Jung in a box, Shakespeare in a box. It's all just a reflection of the beautiful dynamic of the spiritual being having this human incarnation, right? So I always say we're bipolar by nature. We are these spirit beings in this human body, in this human form. So we have our humanity that we contend with on a daily basis, and we have our divinity that is our intuition, our imagination, all the fun things that make us these unique creatures on the planet. Okay, so back to Kristen's question about Hawaii tomorrow. What would Spirit like for you to know? All right, let's see what comes up here for you. Looks like it's time to sneak away, Kristen. So I get the Seven of Swords. I call this card the Sneaky Pete. It's like, okay, regardless of what's going on, in your instance, it's like, let's just go. Let's just start planning. So it looks like maybe you don't necessarily have the approval, or something is missing in the equation right now. for you to feel like you have the total green light. So I would say that this is definitely a let's go. Let's make plans. Let's start moving towards that. So there you go. And there's a lot of yellow in this with the solar plexus energy. Um, I also know Kristen, and I know she is not feeling very well. And so the mom in me would say proceed with caution, but proceed. Okay. It feels like a good, solid opening, and just continue to make your plans and move forward. I know that you're a big manifester, and the yellow screams that. So continue to act as if. Okay. All right. I hope that helped. Okay. Next question. I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for Kuzbu. Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. It's just too cute. All right. Let's pull a card, and then I'll get to the other email questions. All right. So let's filter, tap. All right. So for you, I get the 6 of Pentacles. So what do I feel about that? What I feel about that is that there's resources available for you, and it's your turn to receive. So apply for that scholarship, apply for the job, apply for the whatever it is that you're wanting to continue with, where this area that you want to grow, a loan application, something. I get that there's something that is on your end, and there's a question, should I do it? And I'm like, yes, 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 do it. There's money waiting for you. So there's resources here available for you. And it feels like whatever you get the finances for, it's going to be something that you will be able to pay it forward as well. Right? So maybe it is about sharpening your skills, honing in on a new skill, something like that. So make the investment of your time, get the investment of the cash. You'll be able to pay it forward later. Alrighty. Oh, got it. Nice. Okay. Hamelia. Yes, I would love to give you pull a card for you. I'm going to do an email reading first, though, just because I already promised. Here we go. So we have Kristen. We have Dara. Dara asks, when will I stop working or step down to part-time? I wrote a little note in here for myself, because when I'm reading the readings, I can't help but intuit already the answers, right? And so in parentheses, I wrote, there's a misalignment happening with Dara on this one. And so whenever I'm doing the tarot readings, you're always going to be getting my intuitive insights. It's impossible for me to separate that unless I just read the cards like per symbol, which would be boring and very generic. Okay, so Dara, when I feel the misalignment happening, I feel that you want to not be working, or you want to work less. I get that. But you're not in alignment with the whole idea. And the feeling that I got, and I emailed you back quickly, was that I feel a sense of guilt. So once you have that sense of guilt resolved about cutting back or about changing direction there, it's just not going to happen. You're a student of mine, and I talk about the laws of manifesting all the time, because they are working all the time. And so once you get into that agreement, and you can do some work around, the guilt, the whatever it is that's in there, because it's pretty palpable. It feels like guilt to me. Then you'll be able to open up the channel to create that for yourself, to create that reality. So long story short, you're gonna have that change when you feel it, when you really are ready for it. So let me now ask the cards and see what they say or what it says. I like to get a little a little check here, a little validation or a different concept that I haven't even thought of. Okay. So Dara and work, yeah, same thing. So the Page of Wands, this is about you getting into that. I mean, look at the word that I used over and over was alignment. So here you are standing up against your wand, which is your purpose, your passion, your desires. Think fire when you think wand, and getting really into alignment with it. And the page is like the freshman version. I look at them as I look at the suits as like a hierarchy in a lot of cases, not every single one. Sometimes they represent people. But in this case, I feel that it's the hierarchy for you. It's talking about you getting into, accepting it and working on it and getting into alignment. So this is most definitely out of the thought sphere and into the action sphere, and doing whatever it takes for you to relieve yourself of the guilt, relieve yourself of the fear that you have around not working or not having that stream of income coming in. Okay. So also too, on that note, I have to throw in my 2 cents about income and your source of income. So, the source of income comes from maybe a paycheck or maybe spousal support, or who knows where the physical sources of income come in on the human plane. But we are spirit beings living in a spirit world, right? So if we blow the lid off of that and open up our perspective, we can see and we can trace back that all source of income comes from source. So don't limit yourself to the ways that it can come through. Just know or accept or start really doing mantras and believing, looking for evidence that you live in an abundant, prosperous universe, and that your needs are always met, and they always have been, and they always will be. So when we look at that, then we open up the creative avenues for new income to come in or the new reality to shift. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. Alrighty, so Hamelia, let's go ahead and pull a card for you and see what's in store. So when I'm asking inside my mind, I'll say, what do you most need to know, or what's the big theme happening in your life that requires or needs your attention? Okay, so let's pick. Let's be all right. So for you, you're welcome. You're welcome, Tara. Love it. Okay, so for you, Hamelia, I get the Hermit. So the Hermit is one of the major arcana cards in the tarot. There's only 22 out of 78. So the majors are like big deals. There are big life changes happening in your life that once you go through them, they change things. It's like a graduation process, an elevation process, an expansion, evolution. This doesn't mean it's the one and only time we continue that evolution and that process. But right now for you, you're going through a situation that is requiring your internal knowing, your internal wisdom. So it's like, you can't Google it. You can't ask your parents about it or your friends. This is something that you need to go within about and decide for yourself. So when I see the Hermit card, it reminds me of the analogy of the thoroughbred racehorses. You know how they have their little blinders on? It's like, get your blinders on, run your own race, stay in your lane, and do some inner work and do some heart testing and ask what's best for you. What do you want to do? So it's a time to remove yourself from the big noise out there and pull it in and do some inner work so that you can get the guidance. So when we see the Hermit, we see his little lantern, The lantern is all, it's your inner guidance. You already have all the answers. It's right there, but you have to be quiet so you can hear it. And you have to remove yourself from loud situations, right? So that you can. So go within. A little time for hermiting is, I love hermiting. It's one of my favorite things to do. Okay, so, okay. So Mariella says, hello, thank you for your perspective on income. I'm currently unemployed and unmotivated. Okay, well, follow your impulses. If you're unemployed and unmotivated, be there, embrace it. Motivation is manufactured. Inspiration, on the other hand, is when spirit is speaking to you. It's like when your intuition comes to life and you're going, that's for me. That's my job. That's what I want to do. Or that's how the money can come in. So there's bigger answers in inspiration. Motivation is fun. I love it. I'll do things to get myself motivated, to keep my energy up, to keep my spirits high. But it's the inspiration that moves my feet, right? So wherever you are, be where you are, and then ask the questions. Why am I not motivated? What's going on? There is a ton of information in what you're feeling, and we're a society that teaches us to run away from our feelings. I'm a teacher who teaches you to run into them, run into your feelings and dissect it, and just know that, you know what, it's just not your time. It's just not the right job. It's just not the right time to get a job. The inspiration will come, and then you will move your feet. Count on that. And then do a little hermiting also, so that you can hear the guidance for yourself as well. Okay, let's look at, okay, so Guy asks a question. I'll get to you in just a sec. And then Kweezy Jones is back. Yes, absolutely, you can have a reading. But first, I'm going to answer Emily's question. So Emily asked, she sent me this email. She says, I am currently married to Mike, and she gave me birthdays. You guys don't have to give me birthdays. It's irrelevant. I can just sense your energy. And then she says, can you tell me what's in store for me in the next 6 months? And then she asks, any big changes in my marriage, opportunities, career opportunities? Will someone new come into my life? And who will it be? So there's like 6 or 7 questions in there, Emily. So I'm going to take the first one where you ask, I'm currently married to Mike. Can you tell me what's in store for me in the next 6 months? So let me pull a card and see what the big dominant energy is in the next 6 months for you. And that, what's going on? What life changes are happening with Emily that are the most important for you to focus on? All right, Emily. Okay, nice card. So here we go with another one of the major cards. So this is a big evolutionary card. This is, you shared that you're a stay-at-home mom, and this is the Star card. The Star card is all about, your turn. It's your turn to shine, so that you're going to be pulled to expand yourself, to come out and play, to share your gifts, to take stage, to be front and center. And that can mean a lot of different things, but it's kind of the opposite of the Hermit card, where instead of being inside and maybe, homemaker, a quiet homemaker, you're going to be on the outs. You're going to be seen. You're going to be heard. You're going to be leading things. So there's leadership involved here. Being front and center where people are paying attention. What I love about this card, a couple different things. They're all the stars in it. They're your spirit guides guiding the way. So every time you feel like that nudge of that question, is this all there is, or is there something more? That's your spirit telling you, okay, it's time to get out. It's time to be front and center, and this also could be like a coming out kind of card. So we have the guidance, we have the energy, we have the star power. You have one foot on the ground and one foot in the water. It talks about a really nice balance of intuition and practicality. So again, the marriage of the humanity and the divinity. So it's really time for you to come out. This is going to be an exciting 6 months for you. So I would say listen to the guidance. They're all talking to you, and move when you feel, like I said, that inspiration. Alrighty. That's a fun, exciting time. And of course, with the last couple of years the way they were with COVID and all that, oh, should I even say the C word? But it's time. There's a lot of people who have just been in and taking care of business, and now it's time to shine. Now it's really time to get out and shine. All righty. So Guy asks, will I ever find love? Let me give you my intuitive hit on that first before I pull a card. You will find love when you give it. We live in a universe that is run by laws, and the law of reciprocity is one of them. And so when whatever it is that we're giving, we receive. And so we have to start the party. So I have a lot of clients who come to me and they just want the thing, the person, the job, the whatever, or the money. And then I have to let them know that, hey, you first, you start the party, you get that, you prime that pump and get it going. And then the law of reciprocity takes over, and then momentum happens. And then you probably get more than you can handle, but you have to go first. And what I mean by going first is, the classic check yourself before you wreck yourself kind of thing. You have to take inventory about your thoughts and feelings about love and relationships, because if we're just passive, waiting for love to fall out of the sky, it's likely not going to happen. We have work to do. We're collaborative, cooperative, relationship-centered beings. And we're dealing with this energy and these laws. So if we're passive and just waiting without cleaning some stuff up or creating the space for it or asking for what we want, then we're stagnant. So get the stuff going by checking yourself, asking yourself those questions about your opinions, your thoughts, your belief systems, clean up where necessary, and then go offer love. And it doesn't have to be romantic love. It could be opening a door for somebody. It could be kindness expressed to somebody. It could be a smile, helping a short person grab something off a high shelf at the grocery store. Love can be expressed in a zillion different ways. So you start the party, and then love will definitely come. Okay, let me see what the cards have to say about that. Good. I'm glad you, yes, Mariella with inspiration. Nice. Okay, so for, Guy. Okay, so we have a spammer in here who is trying to pull all of you in to get a reading. So let's shut that down. That is not cool. And go back to Guy. Will I ever find love? You guys have free will. You can go with the spammer and you can spend thousands and thousands of dollars, because this person's going to tell you that you have a curse on you, and that for, $1,000 to start, we can have that curse lifted, and then we can cast some spells forever that will cost you more and more and more money so that we can draw in love. Or we can just get real about it, and we can manifest love, and we can clean up our side of the street so that we have the space to receive it. Easy peasy, and it's free. You just got the best advice or out there. Patting myself on the back, but it's true. Okay, so Guy, we got the Two of Pentacles. I'm going to pull another one though, because I was just distracted by the spammer, who is so welcome to leave. Okay, so Guy, here's another one too. So for you, it's the Six of Swords. And again, this is about, you know, the water. The water is always about healing and restoration, going over the river and healing your wounds, healing your past relationship wounds and your thoughts about relationships. I picked that up instantly. I think that there needs to be some healing around all that stuff, right? And so you do your part, and then the love will most definitely come. It's always there. It is there. Sometimes you just can't see it because you're too blocked. So create some space. And then let me give you a little feng shui stuff too. Google feng shui, watch some videos on YouTube. Energetically aligning yourself is really important. And a really practical way to get that going is to energetically align your living space. And then when that space is aligned and cleaned up, then you become a reflection of that, and vice versa, right? So there are some definite things that you can do around your house just to create the channel, to create the space for love to flow in. For example, right? If you want a loving relationship, make sure, and you want awesome sex and all that juicy stuff, make sure that your bed isn't squished up against a wall and it's, you know, there's only room for one. You got to make sure that there's room for two, and it's inviting, and there's, you know, avenues, spaces for everybody to fit. So just Google that and you'll see. But do some work. You'll have fun. And as you're doing the work, you are a magnet for love. And so this is something that is so within your realm to create and manifest yourself. Okay, Wheezy. All right. Can I have a reading, please? Yes, you can. I will pull a card for you. Okay, I love this card. This card always reminds me of my son. Six of Cups. So my son is like one of the sweetest people I know. He is 27 now, and he's just, he's just the sweetest. He does things just to make things nice. And so this is what this card's all about. It's like the make it nice card. So here we go. There's 6 cups here, full of flowers, making it pretty, making it nice. Even in this tattered little town that probably doesn't have much, it doesn't matter. So this card is all about making the best of whatever it is that you've got, right? Having gratitude, making things beautiful. So yeah, you're probably going to be hosting a party or hosting something soon. Just make it nice, make it pretty, make it inviting. You know, there's so much love in that. It's so healing when we're giving and making things beautiful and sharing the wealth of what we do have. Even if we don't have all the material stuff, it's just, again, you know, a smile, a flower, making it nice. So go make it nice, K-Weezy. K-Weezy. All right. Let's go ahead and look at Alpha Spellcaster. Okay. The spammer is not getting anybody. Thanks, Guy. Oh, they can try, whatever. Or they can host their own readings and do something legit. I don't know, just saying. Okay, Rosa asks, hi, may I know what to look forward to the last week of May? Absolutely. Great question. What's going on the last week of May? Tick, tick, time is flying by. And then I make sure oh yeah. I still have an email reading card from Kara. So Kara, hold on. Rosa. Guy, you're very welcome. The cards didn't lie. Thanks for the insight too. Really appreciate it. You're very welcome. Yeah, it's my pleasure. Okay, Rosa. The last week away, May. What's going on for Rosa? What does she need to know? And she's in from YouTube. The last week for you is rest. Rest, rest, rest. So the Four of Swords is all about resting your mind. You know, when I see this card, I know that you probably had some big mental stuff going on. Whew, kind of that mind blowing, oh my God, I'm exhausted from thinking so much. And I get like this when I'm working on a creative project or just a whole lot of mental energy, right? So it's like, woo, woo, woo. And the last week for you, Rosa, is to put it down and to rest your head, rest your mind, relax. I love this card. This guy, the story behind this card is cool. So back in the day, whatever this was, the soldiers, the people in their villages who had to go out and fight, right? So like there's some squabble going on. They would do their families a service by building their own caskets, just in case they died in battle. And then their families wouldn't be burdened with having to bury them. They would already be done. And so the ritual was if they made it and they didn't die, then they would lay on top of their casket like this guy is and give thanks and gratitude for making it and still being here. And so then he gets to rest and contemplate, and he's in his holy place. He's in this church. He's in the temple. And he gets to, ask, just relax and say, huh, okay, survive that. Now it's just time to chill until the next thing. So don't think about the next thing yet. Just chill. Okay. I hope you guys like that story. I love it. When I first read that, it's like, oh, yeah, we've all been there, it's like, oh, the hard part is over. It's just time to chill. Okay, so Guy, Kawizi, I'm ready. Okay, got that. Dr. Giotti, Verma, hi, can you read for me? Yes, and then Kara. Sorry, let me get Kara first, all right? Kara asks, and I think I'm done with the email ones. I am contemplating taking court action to get back money and belongings that my ex stole from me. Should I go ahead with the legal action? I wrote a little note in here to myself because my little spidey senses said, what's your hesitation about, Kara? Your hesitation speaks volumes. So if you're contemplating, that means you haven't done it. That means that the inspiration to move your feet hasn't hit you yet. And so whenever we're hesitating and we're not in the action mode, it's because something's not quite right. Something's out of alignment, right? So I wanted to explore that and see what that hesitation might be for you. But clearly there's something in there that is stopping you in your tracks. Let me see what Spirit says through the tarot and what the cards have to say about this. Starting legal action against an ex to get your stuff back. That's probably your hesitation. The Seven of Wands. Do you want to fight? Do you really want to fight? So this is the battle card. This is this standing your ground and having to battle. In a lot of cases, this card, when I get this card, it feels like fight. It feels like, stand up and fight. For you, I don't get that. I feel like this card is like asking you, do you really want a fight? Or do you want to just get on with things, right? So there's going to be, because there's just a lot of action in here. I don't know. Do you have the wherewithal? Do you have the time? Do you have the resources? Do you have the patience? Do you want to deal with your ex? Do you want to do all those things? These are all the questions that come up for me with this. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know. Is it better to walk away and call it a day, or is it worth fighting for? My intuition says not so much. But of course, you're going to be able to answer that. But the bigger question I have for you is, what is your hesitation? And mm, this is, that would be a good reason to hesitate. It's like, whatever. Because here's the dealio with all of that on a spiritual plane. Whenever we are fighting anything, we are creating resistance. And when we're creating resistance, we're causing suffering in our own bodies, in our own mind. And I'm not about the suffering. I'm not about that. And the material stuff is material stuff. If you got it once, you'll get it again. And if this is something that he needs to do to feel like he won, sometimes, what's that saying? Especially true with moms, choose your battles. Choose your battles. This one doesn't feel like it's worth it, Kara. And I know Kara, so I have a little personal insight as to, what your situation's about. And but my heart, my intuition just says, maybe it's time to walk away. Maybe it's just time to walk away on that one. So, but you get to answer the ultimate, if you're going to or not. All right. Of course, that's the ultimate with all of these, all of this guidance that comes. You all have free will. You all can make up your own decisions about every single aspect of your life. I am just here to offer a perspective and maybe some insight that you don't have or that you do have, and it just validates what you already feel. That's usually what happens in readings. It's just a validation. It's like, yeah, I know. Oh. And then when you hear it from somebody else who especially doesn't know you, it's extremely validating. It's like, oh, okay, well, then there's my answer. Okay, no, I did not do Giatti Verma yet, did I? And then Presh and Franklin. All right, got a lot of folks here today. I'm really glad and honored that you guys are here spending your precious time with Lil Me. Okay, so Dr. Giatti, let's pull a card. I don't think I did one yet. I know I said your name. Aha. Is it vacation time for you? So we got the Fool. The Fool is the first card of the tarot in the major arcana. This talks about the beginning of a new journey. But for you specifically, I feel like it's time to go play. It's time for an adventure. It's time for something fun and exciting, and to just muster up that energy and be in your solar plexus and, get out and get some sunshine, knowing that everything is aligned. Everything is wide open for you. Okay. Love that card. Franklin says, hello. Oh, Janine sent me a question to my email, but I don't have my email open right now. Sorry, Janine, but I can get it next time, or you can go ahead and text it in this. So with the email questions, I have people email me prior to going live, and then I write them down on my cards. And a lot of times I contemplate or just write down notes of my intuitive little hits and whatnot. So, okay. So Rosa says, true, been busy, so time to relax is needed. Yes, good. Franklin, I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you. No, you didn't ask for one, but I'm just going to anyway, okay? So let's see what's going on with Franklin, because there's whatever's going on with anybody, all of us can relate to pretty much. 8 of Pentacles, or there's just messages for multiple people. The 8 of Pentacles, This is all about, hey, Franklin, get to work. So the Eight of Pentacles, one of my favorite cards. This really shows that you're skilled at what you do. It's kind of like your meditation, your nirvana, that your safe place where you go, and you create, in your creation, you just create cash as a result, right? So you're skilled at what you do. Get to work. This is your happy place. Enjoy. Okay. Crush. Did I already? I can't remember who I'm doing readings for. My goodness. Okay. Let's pull a card for Prush in case I haven't already. Okay, so Prush. I'm guessing that's short for precious, but if it's not, it should be. So the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is all about you being in that high place. Again, the hierarchy with the page, the king, the queen, and the knights. The queen is the higher place of intuition and knowing and counseling. So being the master of your emotional life. So I call myself the enchanted empath. I relate to this card. So I did a lot of work around understanding my emotions, letting them be my guide. And this card says that so are you. And so being in that place means that you're going to be that person that people go to for advice all the time. You're going to be standing in line at the grocery store and people are going to be coming to you for advice or sharing. So you're one of those people on the planet who is this bright flame, and like the moths are just drawn to you because they can feel your empathy, they can feel your compassion, they can feel your kindness. It's a warm place and people are very attracted to it. The downside of this is that it could be quite exhausting. So make sure that you replenish yourself and take good care of yourself and give some of that high-powered kindness and compassion to yourself. Self-care, self-love, big deal, huge deal. All right. Hope that helps. Alrighty, let's see what else. You're welcome, Rosa. Okay, nice story. Can you please read for me also? I think I did. Kat, I would love a read. Okay. Okay, so Kat. Oh, you're very welcome, Dr. Giotti. Yes. Okay, so Kat, let's get a card for you. See what's going on with Kat Lily. Love you guys' names. So creative. Okay. All right, so let's do one of my faves. Temperance. Temperance is one of the major arcana cards. So for Kat, this is you really being the alchemist of your life, like taking a couple things that feel like maybe they don't quite fit together. Could be relationship, work, could be a lot of different things. But guess what? You're making it work. You're merging them. You're being the alchemist and you're figuring out a new combination or a new way to have both worlds work in accordance to what is right for you. Like the rest of the world may not be able to figure this out. So this is a very unique blend just for you that you are doing. And you're doing it because you're guided to. You're doing it because it feels right. You're doing it because it's necessary for you. And if you see this angel here that represents you, he's got 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the ground. It's the same as the star card, right? So have that marriage of humanity and divinity. You're being intuitive and being practical, being rooted and grounded in your intuitive decisions and moves. This is my life, I love this marriage. This is what it's all about. Using all the faculties of our human selves to, design a a life that really works for each of us, using the beauty of your brain, the beauty of your mind, the beauty of your imagination, your intuition, all of the bits and parts and pieces that are here for you. And so this is you really integrating all of your faculties and creating something really amazing that works. It might have not worked before and it might have been hard, but you're figuring it out. You have figured it out, and now you continue to do it. And this is also the symbol for sobriety and addressing addressing addictions and whatnot, and cleansing ourselves and making it work. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're doing a good job blending, right? And so you are the alchemist of your life, and you've got this, is like the bottom line for this one. Good stuff. Alrighty, so Kat, Dr. Giotti, beautiful. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Janine asks, how can I press? I just did yours, right? Kat, you're very welcome. No, you're awesome. Okay. So, Zhao, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. Any messages towards my professional path? Thank you. You're welcome. Any messages towards my professional path? Let's see what's going on. You guys probably want to see me take the card, deal the cards. I don't know if you do or not, but anyway, you're getting this live just like I am. Okay, ciao. Professional path. Okay, so we got the Lovers card for you. So this, the obvious thing that people think that the Lovers card means is lovers, but there's more to it than this. So typically, this card really represents choices. Think Adam and Eve. Think the apple. Should I bite it? Should I not? Kind of thing. So there's some choices here for you to make with regards to your work. Maybe one choice is better than the other, only for real. But this is what I get for you on this instance is heart test. It's time for a heart test for you. So you have these options, and it feels like two. One is better than the other. And just, pretend you know the answers, because you do. Pretend your heart knows. Your heart is the seat of your soul, connected to the wisdom, the intelligence of the universe. Tap into that, and then ask, if my heart knew, what would it tell me about this choice or that choice, right? And then just wait for the intuitive information to come through. It will either come now or come later, but it always does. So just wait on that. So it looks like you got some choices to make, and it feels like good choices, really. Yeah. I feel like either whatever you do, it feels pretty good. It feels solid. So have fun with your heart test in deciding and leaning into the one that is right, more aligned for you. Okay. Will I get the job? Rakita, will I get the job I just interviewed for? Okay. What do my spidey senses say about that? Rakita. Spidey senses. Kind of. Okay. Not getting a whole lot. Let's pull a card. Good stuff. We got the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is always a positive card in my book. Everybody's going to have a different interpretation of the cards because they're not set in stone, just like a dream analysis book and symbols. Every symbol has different meanings to every single viewer. But for me, the Wheel of Fortune is always a positive. So it's always working in your benefit. So I would expect a yes on the job. And even if it's not a hard yes on this job, I know that it is in the works. But that was your question. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yeah. Congratulations. Okay. Kat says, wow, awesome. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. I needed that reassurance. Good. I'm glad I can be a reassurance for you guys. Okay. I think that covers all the questions. If I missed anybody, go ahead and type in there and let me know so that I can go ahead and make sure that I get you. And then make sure I got all these. And whilst I'm waiting for another question or comment, I want to share with you guys my passion project that I have been working on very diligently. And it is my community, my Enchanted Empath community. So I always said, and I really do believe that in a past life or 2 or 3 or 18, I was like clergy, like a nun or a priest or who knows. But I've always loved church. I've always loved stained glass, incense, ritual. I freaking love a good service, but I don't like religion, right? So it's like, wow. What a quandary. I am not a fan of religion. I don't disrespect them. I think that all roads lead to the higher place, which is cool. But I don't want to get into it, but you guys know what man has done to religion and turned it into politics and all kinds of self-serving crap. But anyway, I digress. So I have always wanted to have my own church, but without a religion, but one that teaches something really awesome and amazing. And so it occurred to me, oh, let's start a community, because that's what I love about church. I love the community. I love being involved, working with other people, growing with them, developing our spiritual gifts together, all that fun stuff, but without all that dogma and all that judgment and all that other stuff. So I created Enchanted Empath Community. You can see on the screen, enchantedempath.com. It's my place that I have created so that we can collectively, all the empaths, work on our intuitive gifts, like really mastering our intuitions. So I say all the time that the empaths are the healers, the helpers, the creatives of the world. We're here for a purpose. Everybody is. But our sensitivity as empaths is definitely our superpower. And our culture and our society just doesn't see it that way. They call us snowflakes. They think that we're weak. So wrong. And all this other stuff. And so I know that our intuition is like our megaphone. It's the highest part of us. So I created this community so that we can explore our gifts and grow. And I just wanted to, so when I'm doing readings, for example, I feel like I am giving a fish, and I love to give fish. I have no problem with giving fish. But when I'm in the community, I'm teaching you how to fish. I'm teaching you how to be the hermit. I'm teaching you how to go within. I'm teaching you the tools, the strategies, the techniques to build your intuition, to get the answers yourself. Heart test is just one of those little things, but I've got a zillion of them. And so I just wanted to ask you a couple questions, and then I'll get back to the readings about the community. So these are the questions that came to me when I was building it. It's like, well, who would you be if you trusted your thoughts and feelings? A lot of the people I come to don't trust their thoughts and feelings. And I find that to be very sad, but I was one of those too. It took me a long time to embrace my emotions. Who would you be if you knew how to read other people's energy? How would it be if you knew somebody's intentions and motives? Oh my God, that's such a game changer. Your relationships would change forever, right? What if you could read any room that you walked into? That's my specialty. What if you could rid yourself of anxiety, depression, and overwhelm? These are the things that come with being an empath, an untrained empath who doesn't understand their amazing gifts yet. But I want to help you unleash them, understand them, create with them, build a life of amazing opportunities for yourself, manifest like a gangster stuff. you know, and what if you became your own hero, you know, into when you have a rock solid intuition, you master your intuition. Self-reliance is the name of your game. Self-reliance, the internal knowing, your connection to source, your connection to spirit, it's all you need, you know? So anyway, I just encourage you to go check out my community. I would love to invite you to, you know, check out the free trial, go inside, see what the heck's going on. We're working on our chakras right now. And this week for our Thursday workshop, we're going to be tapping into the throat chakra. But you can you can explore, you can see what's going on. It's not like a linear process. You can pick and choose and do whatever you like in there. And then we have readings in there. We do all kinds of fun stuff. So go check it out. Okay, so Mary, we have another spammer in here. You know what, Mary, or whatever your name is, go open your own Facebook Live and stop sucking on leeching on other people. That's so not cool. Okay. Alrighty, I wouldn't do that to you. And I don't think my people are your cup of tea, actually. So maybe you should go someplace else, right? Okay. So, all right, guys. I don't see any other questions. I only see spam. I hate spam. Ugh. All right, so you can find me here again next Tuesday for Tarot Tuesdays. Email me your questions beforehand if you like. They are guaranteed to get on. Charlene at charlenemurphy.com. Go check out Enchanted Empaths. See if it resonates with you. Use your intuition if it's the right place for you. Check it out. If you would like a full reading, you can reach me on my website, charlenemurphy.com. You can book your own sessions and pay for them all in the same place. I have things set up to be super convenient for you. So it's just click and go, basically. But I would love, love, love to connect with you on even a deeper level and to explore all the stuff that's going on in your life. All right. So until next Tuesday, or I see you, take really good care of yourself. Take really good care of yourself, okay? It's funky out there. And take really good care of each other. Mwah. I'll see you next time.